What up? What up? What up, everybody? Platters, discs, and downloads. I'm hanging out with my man Byron, the Aquarius. Byron is a sick DJ, a producer. Has some cool records coming out. He does multiple genres, so it's definitely worth having a conversation. What's up, Byron?
Yo, what up, though? What up? What's good? What's good?
What's good, man? Listen, man. Let's get it started quick. Dive into this little quick conversation. What were the first records that impacted you and shaped your musical taste?
Oh my God, man! I say, for me, around my grandparents who raised me, listening to Herbie Hancock, Headhunters, listening to like K Han, listening to her, some Jeff Mills, um, a lot of Parrish, Moody Man. It was more like funk records. Like I said, it started with the jazz, the hip, more like I said, Herbie, all that good stuff. Bob James, you know, prog rock, definitely funkadelic, Sun Ra. You know what I mean? All that's the space stuff. A lot of jazz fusion. You know what I'm saying? Which in those two, it was a lot of electronic. People made some synthesizers, and that's what really kind of transitioned electronic, feel through listening to those different records. So I'm all over the place when it comes.
Did you start making music first, or did you start DJing first?
Me, the first thing for me, to be honest, man, was playing piano. I started classical. I was doing classical music. After classical piano, I went into jazz piano. I worked with one Sunrise teachers, Duke Ellington teachers that taught me, and I transitioned. I went into production. I started using the MPC. Using during that time was the MPC 3000, the 2000 SL, and the Rose, and I just was sampling records, making hip hop, and then position. I went to Atlanta, and me and my friends used to party, and we used to just skip, because I went to JSU, that's in Anniston, and we'll skip JSU, and we'll go to Atlanta. I ran into Bone, DJ Jamad, going to the parties, and then I went to the side, and ever since then, he ran into me, and then I let him hear my music, and he was like, "Yo, come back to my crib." I'm like, "Yo, you for real? You cool?" He started introducing me to house music, and ever since then, for me playing keyboard, I started, and I guess the more I just kept working with Kai, he kept putting me on good shit, and doing house music. You know what I'm saying? So
So,
yeah, that's how they whole
so Kai
thing
Alce.
went down.
Kai Alce was a big influence for you. You're a little choppy with the vocals, but I mean, we're doing it different today. You're driving around, which is dope.
Oh yeah,
He's on the road, y'all.
yeah. I had to give me a switch to sweet, man. Get myself back, my mind back elevated for a minute. Go hike for a minute and get back to the music. You know what I mean? Kai Alce definitely was a huge influence and to me. I was younger, like I'm 34 now, but during that time, I think I was like in my 20 years old, something like that. And he just kept putting me on all type of Detroit house. So in love with it, and he was teaching me how black people started this music. You know what I mean? That really just really made me more love it, and it went from there. You know.
When you look for music for yourself, because I know you play as well, where do you go? Where do you find your music? What formats? Are you just digging for vinyl? Are you downloading? Are you, swapping songs? Are you a CD dude? Like, how do you find your music and on what formats?
Really, it was all over, but I like vinyl. I usually go to like the record shops. Usually when I'm traveling, I'm touring to like Chicago, Detroit, overseas, London, and most of the time I'm kind of like just digging. I like digging in different places and find different stuff because I feel like doing that whole music, even with jazz fusion back in the day, you had people in different countries that had a vinyl that was completely. It was the same thing, but it was a different twist. And I like those records for just like percussion, sounds, drums. To be honest, this vinyl, how I discover my sounds. Oh man, and yeah, it's vinyl, and then like I said, definitely mainly my daughter put me on stuff, Spotify. You know what I'm saying? The whole world change. You can find stuff out. So I'm not picky on where I find my stuff or where my inspiration comes. Walking outside and I'm hearing like cars booming some music out. So it's just I soak in inspiration from everything. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
You mentioned a few artists earlier that you dug, that you came up with, Jeff Mills, Theo Parrish. Um, right now, especially new artists, what artists and styles are hitting you right now? What are your go tos? Who are you following? Not that you follow people in terms of style, but you know what I mean. Who's interesting to you right now?
Shit's kind of crazy, man. I don't even really listen to now. Um, I've been really digging lately now. I've been listening to a lot of K and some of her stuff, the early Jeff Mills stuff. Um, really just going deep into that, kind of just discovering, because during that period of time, it was so many artists that came name. You know what I mean? That never got their, you got their name out. So I friends just discovering older guys, like listening to, you know, Larry Heard, people in underground house music as well too. Um, get that, because I feel like I like inspiration from there, because I feel like with Detroit techno period, even Chicago, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that they were making there, like I feel like it was future. So I feel like with that music, you can listen to it and it's still relevant now, and I joints and I get inspiration. So I listen more of that than really listening to stuff right now. But I listen to a lot of percussion, Cuban drums, and just different type of things, just to kind of just get, because the rhythm means a lot. Got that rhythm down pat. Everything else can play a part, and then I don't want to, because I don't want to sound like nobody else. So I feel like if I older heads or just people that came out, and then just I'm into my own rhythm, and without, and when I make tracks and even joints I've been dropping, that's how they sound different else.
That's hot. Hottest records you've heard in the last, let's say, week or 2 weeks, and who are the artists behind them?
Hottest records, damn,
Like new
it's messed
tracks you
up. I'm
just discovered.
trying to think, man. New tracks I discovered, like Mad Lil when he was doing the interview. When he was doing the interview, I say Gucci man. I'm being funny. I'm fucking around. But it was so funny. I have been listening to, like, a lot of like the early trap music. You know what I'm saying? So inspiration gets weird. I just like the energy from different. But as far as hot records, into, oh, that's kind of hard to say. It haven't really no hot records really for me. Really a listening to, because I'm weird. I stay away from cable. I stay away from radio. I stay away from going to stay away from Beatport. I stay away from track source. I don't even listen to, and that's how I create my music. And I know it sounds crazy, but I don't listen, even answer that question, to be honest with you.
Well, no, I mean, in a world where there's so many influences and so much information constantly coming at you and it's coming to everybody else at the same time, it would make sense that if you kind of restrict listening to all of that, that maybe you may have a different sound or come up from a different direction or come at things from a different direction rather than listening to what is already going on. You may be trapped in creating things that you're hearing. Would that be accurate?
Right. Right. In a way, it's kind of accurate, but I always been saying. And I'm from Alabama. Come on, you already know Birmingham. So it's not. It's just a lot of nature down here. So it's kind of like it's not really because first of all, not really popular in Alabama like that. It's not really no scene. I heard cats say back in the day, but it's none of that. But in a way, I hate it, but I kind of like it because it keeps me, and I kind of just, I tune into different type of, because I've even been going to like down here folk, like folk music, listening to just different types, and different types of music. So really, be honest, I've more been going to more of those events, folk where they create sounds and kind of just going to stuff like that. And I've always been a guy not to really, but my main influence, to really be honest with you, was NERD. For Chad Hugo, like that was my time. That was my I say NERD, and and like I said, listening to now Omar S, his shit be slapping. You know what I'm saying? And
Omar.
Theo, Omar,
Yeah.
that's really the guys. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I listen to that shit. I can been just bang that shit and have my subs on, and it's like that shit hits. You know what I mean? But it's not nothing I'm listening to.
All right, real quick. Favorite machines that you've been working with that have gotten you the most excited?
Favorite machine? Oh my god, I'll just say I really been loving this Prophet 5 synthesizer. I've been using that. B6. I've been using that. I've been using old Roland Drive 05 TR 707, and then I've been working with Roland and Roland. And I can say my favorite. I've been liking the TR8 S. I've been liking that joint. As far as like how you can kind of just jam out ideas. You know what I'm saying? Just get But yeah, that's pretty much about it right there. For the I try to keep my you know what I'm saying, so I can kind of just focus on that instrument because I think during the time you came from, when I think it was dope because y'all stuck to what y'all had and they music dope. But I think right now it's too many options out here, and I feel options you can get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? You can get lost, like just sticking to just a little few pieces and kind of just make music from there. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Any sorry, that's my fault. Any artists, any labels, anybody you want to big up that that you're feeling right now, or stuff that you have coming out, like that we should look for on specific labels?
Um, I got this project that I played a part of um with TDE, just home of Kendrick, SZA. It's this guy named Lance Skywalker. His album is so it's two tracks that I produced on that, and really like I've been working with Talk Noise. I got a team overseas that pretty much put the stuff out. So big shout out, really to be honest, to Kyle say NDATL, Stefan Ringer, you know what I'm saying? Just that whole crew. Really my shout outs, you know what I'm saying? Like just the family and stuff like that, and although for the future, I got stuff working with Defected. Um, man, I've been doing so much projects and remixes, man. Like if y'all look it up, whatever y'all do, y'all find some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just shout out to all the people you making music. Just stay inspired, never quit. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. But I tell people just keep doing what you're doing. That's how it was with me. I just killed. I was at my security job. I don't have a job now. I just all music now. But it was my security job, and I would be at the security job, have my laptop, and I'm sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like on a slide. So I feel like if you stay passionate and you stay true to the universe, is going to give it to you. And just stay and don't listen to people's opinions. People say people feedback, but go off of what you love and push that music. And I feel like if true essence of just making music and keep doing it, and definitely networking, always learn the business when it come to contracts, different things is good to know. Have your publishing, stuff going to happen. So yeah, that's just just some inspiration for people just to keep going and keep moving.
Man, I appreciate you. Follow him online, Byron the Aquarius. Check out his Instagram. Look out for him on multiple different records from multiple different genres. He's not just doing house or not just doing hip hop. He's working across the board. Expecting some great things in 2023. And if you get to go out and check him out at a club or performing live, it's definitely a treat. Appreciate you, brother.
Yo, thank you, bro. I'll let y'all. Yo, man. Peace.
All right.
Yo.